Hi. I'm going to read a little bit more from my book, and I invite you to listen. Not going to take long, but it might be helpful for you today if you're feeling the need for some calm, understanding, or just a quiet moment to think about what's going on for you. I have an experience that there are universal inner spaces within every human being that can result in powerful healing and regeneration, self-awareness, and emotional richness that are at the core of you. And this includes being all of your colors. You are a many-colored being. And we don't see all of this information right away with our eyes, but we can feel it. And we can sense it with our hearts when we're with other people. Now, I hope you're familiar with a kaleidoscope. It's a kind of an old-fashioned item now, but they're super fun. And a handheld kaleidoscope is an object that employs a few straight lines and the use of light and mirrors to delight your eyes. All kinds of gorgeous patterns. If you don't have a kaleidoscope, if you've got a birthday coming up or a graduation, ask for that as a gift. Just be very specific. Say, I'd like to have a kaleidoscope for my celebration. They're marvelous. Now, the magic of a kaleidoscope is in how turning it, the outer cylindrical lens, produces an infinite number of new images inside, and with every turn, new images blossom before your eyes to enchant and delight. Well, what I'd like you to think about with your imagination is that who you are is actually a kind of a kaleidoscope. And it's complex and it's beautiful, and this beauty is actually part of your DNA. And that just having this perception, just using your imagination in this way, is unbelievably powerful. Okay, so I'm just going to keep it simple. Go ask for a kaleidoscope. And there are 12 living spaces of transformation, we're reading from my book, that open you to this inner adventure of being the kaleidoscope, a wonder of nature that you are. I'm going to tell you what they are. Number 1 is the well. Number 2, the vision and the sound. Number 3, the reach. Number 4, the climb. Number 5, the storm. Number 6, the amaze. Number 7, the ley lines. Number 8, the key. Number 9, the fire. Number 10, the turn. Number 11, the arrival and return. And number 12, radical gratitude. Now, the first inner space on the living spiral of transformation is the well. And you come to the well because someone who loves you would like to meet you there. Someone like me, someone who loves you brings you there through a surprising question. And you can also feel a deep inner longing, a question that you feel you don't have the answer to. And this feeling, this is a feeling that comes from self-love. This drags you to the well. Hi, I'm Anais, and I'm going to read some excerpts from my book. Think of it as education-based marketing. We're in such complicated times right now. Very complicated. There's a backstory here. We all get glimpses of it, but we don't want to believe it, so that is what it is. So I'm going to read to you from my book, The Living Spiral of Transformation. Discover the hidden powers in your diverse and unique DNA. I'm going to read a little bit from the chapter that's entitled The Storm. And we'll see how well Zoom does today, because AI booted me out of an interesting meeting that mattered a lot to me. Zoom absolutely would not work. It's working now, so I will send this recording to a person I was trying to be in a Zoom meeting with this morning, so that he could see that, it was what it was, but it was mostly just about AI interference. You can check out my YouTube channel, because I just posted a video about how, if you're in the coaching space or the health or wellness space right now, your content is extremely vulnerable, and you may not be aware of this until suddenly it's not available to you anymore. So I would recommend that you take steps now. So the storm. Well, what is the gift of the storm? I'm going to be looking down, so deal with it. First of all, you recognize the signs of an approaching storm, and literally create more time so that you are empowered to choose whether to even experience the impending storm. Having learned to recognize the signs as direct inner and outer information coming at you in a spacious time flow, you can quickly make a different choice. Take action that sees you safely to whatever form of shelter is desirable, specific to you and your re-evolutionary journey. By the time we are old enough to speak a full sentence, most of us have enough conscious awareness to feel the signs of a pending emotional storm that is about to erupt within your family group or your own body. However, unless a person is instinctively aware of already being on the living spiral of transformation venture, most of us will find ourselves trapped in an impending emotional storm. We have no safe inner space in which to remain fully ourselves as we navigate and ride out a storm. A child or a group of people can be exposed to a creative storm which a child or group of people have not directly, intentionally brought their energy in to co-create that situation. And we participate in the storm to restore energetic co-creative balance sometimes. When the storm arrives, do you see it in a forewarning of an impending serious, personal, possibly tragedy-producing event? Or perhaps incoming damaging emotional weather? Well, then what happens? Anchoring the story of being in another series of events that leaves you feeling like a victim is what can happen. Now, of course, a young child may not have the power in its family group to yell fire and be respected and listened to with enough energy to change a timeline that will release an unpleasant, disturbing, or deadly outcome. We don't listen to our little children that way. Very rare. Whether you are a young person or fully grown adult or an elder, the moment you consciously choose to be on the living spiral of adventure transformation, every climb you make better prepares you to 1. Stop creating a storm using fearful, hidden, powerful, natural forces within you that you don't know how to manage. 2. You'll be better prepared to navigate an intense, direct, and potentially damaging experience of a storm. And 3, you can prepare to find shelter in a number of unexpected, surprising, and creative ways so that you emerge from a storm having more I am, I will, I become, I live, I love awareness. a significant storm of whatever type, political, weather event, trauma, chaos event, in your neighborhood, in your house, in your body. This pushes you faster toward I love consciousness than you might expect. If you're not on a living spiral of transformation adventure, a storm has the power to leave you lost, perhaps devastated, or unable to recover for a long time. Now, we see this happening in big cycles and small cycles in the world every day. All you have to do, if you're a subscriber to YouTube, is just look at your subscriptions, and you'll see that you'll get a blend of information, and some of that information is going to show you process of a storm that other people in other parts of the world, or even in your part of the world, are involved in. And if you're a young person, this information is distressing, especially if you have a sense of compassion and an open heart, and you live in a family where there is good conversation, where everybody in the family gets to be heard, everybody has an opportunity to speak to an important issue. And if that's your environment, consider yourself very, very fortunate. So once again, I'm Annie Salas, and at this point, after we've been through a pandemic, there may be some young people, I'm talking junior high, high school people, who might find the information that I'm sharing is valuable, and they're not getting it from their parents or their teachers because everybody's world has been turned upside down. Okay, thanks for listening. Big heart, big love.